Hello everyone, welcome back to the Will the Reaper channel. In today's video, I'm going to be making a tier list of all the Clash Royale cards based on how annoying they are to play against. This is based off of my experience playing for the past 8 years. Today is actually my 8-year anniversary. I got the 8th year badge in Clash Royale, and I've been playing a little bit aggressively the past couple seasons. Last season I got to 14,000 trophies, and this season has just been horrible with heroes, so I've been staying at 10,000. But anyway, let's get right down to it. Obviously, this is my opinion. Just want to, start off with that. So if you guys have any differing opinions, let me know in the comments down below. The first card is going to be Valkyrie, and I think I'm going to put her in tolerable because she has a lot of utility, so it kind of makes sense. She's very tanky, she does a good amount of damage. Her Evo's a different story. I'm gonna make a different video for Evos, but because some of them are just annoying. But yeah, Valkyrie's tolerable. I mean, you expect her. She's a chill card. Next up, we have Rascals. They can be kind of annoying if you don't have like lightning or like a fireball or like anything to really counter Rascals. The slingshotters in the back just deal so much damage, and they can be frustrating to deal with. But overall, no one really cares about it. Up next is gonna be the Zap, which is tolerable. I mean, the only thing that's really like annoying about it is if it resets your like Inferno Dragon or Inferno Tower, or you know, uh, if you have a P.E.K.K.A. that's locking onto the tower, and then it's actually going to target the Knight instead, or something that got placed in front of it. Actually, no, it's chill. There's nothing really bad about this card. It does its job well, and it got balance, so no one cares about it. I remember back when the card was first released, it was insane. Yeah, everyone was like, wow, very broken. But now no one cares. It's a chill card. Same with the Elixir Collector. The only problem with the Elixir Collector or Elixir Pump is that it's probably going to be accompanied by like a Golem or something annoying like that. But overall, like, just sits there and gives your opponent one Elixir. No one cares about it. Mortar. It's going to be our first infuriating card. If it locks onto your tower and you can't break it immediately, it's just going to deal so much damage, and it's annoying. So yeah, flying machine is tolerable. Actually, no, kind of annoying because it has a lot of range, right? It can be countered with fireball, which is nice, but if it literally crosses just a centimeter over the bridge, it's going to lock onto the tower and it becomes an immediate threat. So in that instance, it's kind of annoying. Giant is chill. It's tolerable. It's just the base. It's a base tank. It only targets buildings, has a lot of hit points, doesn't deal a ton of damage, but if it hits your tower, it's a threat. No one cares. Same thing with Giant Skeleton. I mean, deals a bit more damage, costs one more elixir, and has that cool bomb. The only reason why not putting in chill, because everyone loves a giant skeleton, is if it gets cloned. And if it gets cloned, it's just annoying because it's I dealt 2,000 damage to your tower. Up next is gonna be Mighty Miner. It's gonna be kind of annoying, because if it locks onto your tower, you're screwed. And its ability where it can just switch lanes can be very annoying. But in reality, no one really plays this card, and no one really finds this card to be that much of a problem. Phoenix, kind of annoying. If it keeps respawning, it could be infuriating, but let's be realistic, it's never going to respawn. The decks that it's paired with, though, are a problem, and they can be very annoying. Also, sorry if it looks like I just rolled out of bed. I just finished my college finals, so I'm exhausted. So I'm not doing this at the desk, I'm doing it on my bed. Archers are tolerable. Unless they get split, if someone's first place is split archers, at the tower, it's coming. It's going to be a very annoying cycle deck. But the archers in themselves, no one really has a problem with. They die to like everything. Bowler's chill. Bowler's loved by absolutely everybody. There's nothing wrong with the card. Like for 5 elixir, it has a slow attack speed. Um, it's tanky and does a decent amount of damage. There's nothing like horrible about the card. It's like, oh, they put down a bowler, okay. Okay, the first you have no friends category. The second someone puts down the whatever they're called, wall breakers, I know it's going to be a problem. They're just going to keep cycling over and over and over and over again. They're going to chip your tower down a little bit, very little bit, little by little, but it's going to I hate this card so much. It's if I see wall breakers, I know I'm in for a horrible game. It's like it's worse than Hogs. It's worse than like everything as being the starting card I face against because I know it's just gonna be a cheap cycle deck that's just gonna keep going into wall breakers. I hate the card so much. If you play this card, you genuinely have no friends. And if you play the Evo version, I'm surprised at how you exist. Inferno Tower is tolerable. I mean, like, you could reset it, you could vines it, you could zap it, you could do anything to it. It kind of just sits there and deals a ton of damage to one single target. It's not annoying in the slightest. And I use a P.E.K.K.A deck. I use P.E.K.K.A and Mini P.E.K.K.A with, like, Wizard and Minion Horde and, like, Skeleton Army. So, being a P.E.K.K.A player, which, albeit I don't use a lot of skill, but, from my experience, like, okay, yeah, the Inferno Tower is annoying, but, like, it's really not that bad. Dark Goblin. Okay, Dark Goblin is another you have no friends. Bridge spam. Oh, I'm just gonna put Dark Goblin at the bridge, and if you can counter it in 2 seconds, I'm gonna deal like 600 damage to your tower. Infuriating. Well, more than infuriating. It's like you have no friends. I don't get why people use this card. Tombstone. I mean, it's tolerable. Like, I guess it can be kind of annoying with the constant spawn of skeletons, but I mean, it's nice. It's a cool card. No one really cares about it. Battle Ram, kind of annoying because it requires an immediate counter. But it's definitely better than some of the other win conditions and stuff. Hogs, hogs are just uh, infuriating. They're infuriating because it 5 elixir is a big investment, but evil hogs are a different story. That'll be for my next video. I'm gonna make a separate video about Evos. But yeah, hogs they're infuriating. Hunter, no one like cares about the hunter that much. It deals a ton of damage. Actually maybe kind of annoying, because if it gets placed right next to something, it's gonna basically one shot it, and it's like, oh, okay, that just got countered by 4 elixir immediately. Spear goblins are tolerable. They don't do anything. Like, no one cares about spear goblins. Bomber is chill. Like, I don't see why anyone would have a problem with the bomber. It's 2 elixir, clears swarms, and can die to pretty much anything. Electro Dragon. Electro Dragon is kind of annoying. 5 elixir is a huge investment. And the shock is annoying, but doesn't have a lot of HP and doesn't really do a lot of damage. So yeah, it kind of just stuns things. That's all it does really. Prince. Prison's infuriating. 5 elixir again, much like the Royal Hogs, is the reason why it's not you have no friends. It only deals it's only one singular target. But when it connects to your tower, it is the worst feeling ever. Oh my god, I hate the Prince when it does that. And it feels like it just never dies. It feels like it's so tanky for whatever reason. Clone. Clone's gonna be like you have no friends. Like, it depends really what you clone, but everyone knows you're going to be cloning, like, the most annoying stuff. You're going to be cloning a Goblin Barrel, or Giant Skeleton, or, like, Witch, or Hogs. Something that's just really annoying. And I'm sorry, if you're using the clone spell, like, I don't know. It's like, can you please have more skill? Royal Giant? Royal Giant's gonna be infuriating. Its Evo is definitely you have no friends, but its base self is infuriating. I mean, it can get countered by mini P.E.K.K.A. It's 6 elixir, which is a huge investment, but it's normally going to be paired with something like the Evo Hunter or Graveyard or just something really dumb. But the card in itself, like, the reason why it's infuriating, if it crosses over the bridge, it's gonna get like 3 hits off the tower. There's not much you can do. But then your opponent's gonna be down a ton of elixir. Goblin Gang, I mean, they're tolerable. It's like you have a choice between Goblin Gang or Skeleton Army. Goblin Gang is cool. Who doesn't love the Goblin Gang, you know? Actually, they go and chill. I don't really see why they're a problem. And if you get proper placement, you can counter like a whole Mega Knight or P.E.K.K.A. It's crazy what you can do with the Goblin Gang. Night Witch, it's tolerable. I don't really think anyone uses this card at all. Lumberjack. Okay, Lumberjack is going to go in infuriating because you know what the Lumberjack's going to be paired with. It's going to be Balloon or just something really annoying. So, yeah. Minion Horde, I mean, they can be kind of annoying because they can be unexpected. I use Minion Horde for 5 elixir, which is a huge investment. It get countered by arrows, but it's kind of unexpected. You know what I mean? You're expecting the regular minions, which won't kill, like a P.E.K.K.A. immediately, but down a minion horde, that's basically going to kill everything unless you have a direct counter to that. Mega Knight, yay! That's going to go and chill. Everyone loves, yeah, that's going to go. You're going. It's just annoying. It's annoying. The card in itself, I mean, the reason why everyone hates it, especially mid-ladder players, and I'm a mid-ladder player, is because it gets so much value. It can counter literally like a 12 elixir push, just placing it down. You don't need proper placement. You can just place it down and it kills everything, becomes a counter push. But the main reason why I hate this card so much, in addition to its tankiness and Evo and all that stuff, is just how much I go up against it. This card is used by so many people. I don't know what the statistic is. It's definitely over 70% of people in mid-ladder. It's gotta be. It is so annoying seeing the same card used every single time to counter every push you could possibly make. I hate the card. I hope they nerf it. Knowing Supercell and how greedy they are with heroes, they're not going to nerf it, but, whatever. I think Mega Knight is the most annoying card in the game. Mirror can be kind of annoying. I don't know if anyone really uses Mirror, but depends on what they're going to mirror. Similarly to Clone, but the difference is that with Clone, it immediately becomes a threat. With the Mirror, you have some prep time as to see what they're going to do. If someone puts Hogs down and then Clone, it's like, well, that sucks. I can't really see that coming. But with Mirror, it's like, okay, wow, they just put down 2 Mega Knights for 15 elixir, Or they put down 2 Goblin Barrels. Okay, well, they just wasted a ton of elixir. So yeah, it's kind of neutral. Ice Golem, you know, uh, I think it's tolerable. I mean, if it gets paired with Hog, then it's annoying. But I mean, it's the basic kite troop. And I get so annoyed when my troops are kited. But realistically, welcome to being skilled. Oh, my 7 elixir P.E.K.K.A. got completely kited by a 2 elixir golem. Or 3 elixir? I forgot what cost is. I think it's 3 elixir. Point being, it takes skill to play that card. I don't care when I see it. Snowball is kind of annoying. Not so much because of, the damage or anything. It doesn't really do damage. Oh, it wiped out my skeleton army. I don't really care. It's the fact that it kind of pushes all the small units back and slows them down. 2 for 1, slowing and knockback. It's kind of like, okay, that sucks. Freeze. Freeze is going and you have no friends. Yeah, most people, especially when they get more trophies, will wait at the last push. There's 30 seconds left. They're using Lumberloon, and they wait to use this spell to catch you completely off guard. They're using 7 cards the whole time, and you're like, wow, what could be that last spell they play? And then they play Freeze, and then it's like, that sucks. That balloon just got 2 hits on the tower. Why do people use this? I don't know. It's annoying. It's really, really infuriating. Royal Delivery, it's tolerable. I mean, it has a delay. You need proper timing to play this card. I don't want to get so much into the skill, but I mean, in terms how annoying it is, okay, yes, it can hit air units and deal a ton of damage, but in reality, it's just a different form of arrows, a better form of arrows, actually. I don't see why anybody would take arrows over this card. Well, because arrows could be used on offense, actually. Knight's chill. No one cares about this. Again, Evo and Hero, we'll get into this, but the Knight in itself, no one's bothered by it. Archer Queen, kind of annoying. I mean, it just does so much damage, especially if it uses the ability, but it can die to like a lot of things. It costs a lot of elixir to use. E Giant, you have no friends. I'm sorry. E Giant, it was the original like mid ladder menace. Actually, I think Mega Knight's always had that title, but E Giant used to be a huge problem when it first came out. It was so annoying, and when I see people use this card again, I mean, I just plop a P.E.K.K.A. or mini P.E.K.K.A. down and no problem. But still, I can see how annoying this card can be for someone who's maybe played the game for like a couple months or something. Seeing an E Giant destroy everything you could possibly place down. Oh, this is just a reskin. I'll get into Lava Hound later. Minions in themselves, um, they be kind of annoying. They just deal so much damage. They apparently have gotten like a huge increase in usage over the past couple months. So that's cool. But I mean, they can be kind of annoying. Goblin Drill, kind of annoying. If you don't have anything to counter a Goblin Drill, like a Valkyrie or literally like a Poison or anything, it's infuriating. But most people have something to counter Goblin Drill. It's such a cool concept, Like no one really bats an eye to like, oh, they Goblin Drill me. How could they? But then yet again, it's not really like, oh, like how could they do that? Uh, I mean, the barracks, the barbarian hut. It's cool. It's chill. No one uses it. I don't think anybody in the right mind would ever use it. Uh, it's just infinite negative elixir trade, so it's chill because it just doesn't do anything. Graveyard, you're going in infuriating. Yeah, I mean, it's the only card in the game that has RNG or random number generator, or otherwise known as luck. Oh my god, it's just paired it. If it's paired with like poison or just something, I don't know, like vines or freeze, like it could just get so much value. It is 5 elixir, so it's an investment, but it's just like I don't know, the decks that are used with graveyard, it's just like, ooh, I got you. Look, take a look at my giant, right? You're gonna invest all your system. Ooh, graveyard, haha, freeze, yay! It's oh my god, I hate it. Skeletons are chill. They are arguably one of the most skilled cards in the game. You can do so much with skeletons. I don't think anyone really cares. They can die from rage. If you're smart and you predict skeletons, they're not a problem to you. Um, I don't have a problem with seeing this. E-barbs. E-barbs have no friends. E-barbs rage, even worse. It was and sometimes still is used constantly in the worst way possible. If you do not have a counter for E-barbs, especially over-leveled E-barbs, it is basically game, and it is very annoying to go up against. There are quite a few counters. There's ways to deal with it, but I'm just saying having to go against E-barbs is like, wow, what like can this person get a life? Expo. Expo's infuriating. I mean, 6 elixir is a huge investment, but similarly to the mortar, if it locks onto your tower, it's basically game. And it's normally backed up by a Tesla or something else to constantly defend it. These siege decks can be annoying, especially in times 2 elixir, because all they rely on is placing these expos and mortars down and then defending it. It can be very annoying to deal with expo players, albeit it requires a lot of skill and strategy, but from my perspective, they are just infuriating to go against. Barbarians are chill. No one cares about them. Arrows are tolerable. I mean, yeah, actually, arrows are chill. Like, no one cares if you arrow somebody. Oh, it's such a good card. Lightning's tolerable. It's unexpected. 6 elixir is a huge investment for something that just appears once, deals a ton of damage, and then you know, disappears. So it's actually kind of annoying because if you saved up like a wizard, a witch, or something like that in the back, and then everything just gets completely pulverized by lightning, it sucks and it is annoying, but it's not horrible. It's a huge investment. But I wouldn't say it's super tolerable, though. It can be very annoying when someone just randomly lightnings you and you have no idea where that's going. Barbarian Barrel's tolerable. I mean, yeah, no one really has a problem with it. Like it it might be better than the log depending on how much skill you have, the placement, and it spawns a barbarian. But yeah, no one's like, oh, how could you bar barrel? Mother Witch is going to be infuriating. If I see Mother Witch, I know that the person's going to try to bait me to play a swarm card. I mean, again, I could just not play swarm cards. But again, I have Skeleton Army and Minion Horde. If I see Mother Witch, I know I'm going to be at a huge disadvantage. Such an annoying card to go against. I hate it. Baby Dragon's chill. No one cares about it. Honestly, Ice Wizard's like the chillest of the chill. I mean, he's got ice in his veins. He is literally chill as a person. I will admit the spawn damage is a bit unnecessary, but I mean, it's cool. Like people need skill to use Ice Wizard, So Royal Recruits, you are the bane of everyone's existence. You're going right next to Mega Knight. You just place it down and watch it get value. And not only does it basically counter your entire push, it will start a counter attack. I hate seeing this card. I really, really do. It is honestly the most no skill card in the game, and I did want to veer away from skill, but it is somewhat important. It's the most no skill card in the game. You put it down, and it just gives you so much value. You don't need proper placement, and yeah, and that gives you a counter push. I hate seeing this. I really do, and the Evo's even worse. Elixir Golem. Elixir Golem is going in infuriating. I wouldn't say you have no friends, because the card in itself is not a problem. It gives you elixir, it gives your opponent elixir. Like, what could be better than that? But when it's paired up with like Battle Healer and Sparky and like all these other cards or whatever, I don't know. It's infuriating to deal with. I hate dealing with it. But the card in itself, like, it's not too much of a problem. Fisherman is chill. It is like arguably the most skilled card in the game, if not one of them. Yeah, no one has a problem with Fisherman. If you get your stuff kited, too bad. Lava Hound can be kind of annoying. Depends on what it's getting paired with, but in most situations I see a Lava Hound, I go, okay, it's not that bad. Goblins are tolerable. I mean, for 2 elixir, they swarm the enemy. Um, I'd say they're probably a bit more annoying than Goblin Gang because they cost 1 elixir less. So the positive elixir trade, whatever. P.E.K.K.A. is, I use P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A. can be kind of annoying. As a P.E.K.K.A. player, I've used P.E.K.K.A. all my life. I love P.E.K.K.A. She could definitely be annoying, especially your Evo. Again, Evo's going to be in a different topic, but you P.E.K.K.A. Rage, you Vines, do whatever. Uh, if someone uses like Hog Rider or something like that, and then you put down P.E.K.K.A., you turn that entire thing into a threat. Can be very annoying, especially with like Goblin Giant and Goblin Machine. I remember, thank God I took a hiatus from Clash when that deck started becoming popular, but I would have lost my mind if that became a thing nowadays. But yeah, P.E.K.K.A. is just kind of annoying. Very beefy. Cannon Car is also kind of annoying. Um, it's got a decent amount of value, deals a lot of damage, and can become a building. So yeah, a lot of value. Rocket's kind of infuriating. Most people that play Rocket kind of use like, I don't know, just kind of do Rocket Cycle actually sometimes, which in and of itself is annoying. Like, you can't counter Rocket. The only way you can literally counter Rocket is if you have a Monk and use its ability. Other than that, like, people that just only use Rocket to chip down your tower it's annoying. You can't really do much. You have to build a push and chip them down, or else you're just done for. Guards are tolerable. I mean, their shields are a little bit difficult to deal with, but if you have like arrows or log, they'll just die immediately. Well, if you have log, they'll knock the shield off, but they are kind of cool. No one really cares if you play guards. Dark Prince is chill. It's cool. No one cares. Like, gives you value. I mean, it's a good card. It's nice. I wish they actually buffed the Dark Prince because not a lot of people are using it, but Justice for Dark Prince. Goblin Barrel. You have no friends. Evo is infinitely worse. But that aside, it's just like constant pressure. If I see someone playing Goblin Barrel, they're probably going to play a bait deck like Log Bait. It's just gonna be really annoying. And then if they partner it with Wall Breakers or Princess or Dark Goblin, I know I'm in for the worst time of my life. Um, they can be very, very, annoying to deal with. Especially even if you mirror it. If you have a Goblin Barrel and then they log and then Goblin Barrel again, it's annoying, especially if they're over leveled. If it takes 2 hits to kill a Goblin Barrel, like the Goblin Star Goblin Barrel, you're done for. You are screwed. Princess. Princess is honestly going to be an infuriating. Because she's not used the way she's normally supposed to be used. She doesn't get used all the way in the back of your tower to, be safe from things like she initially was supposed to be used for. No, she just gets used for like bridge spam, for bait decks. Oh, I'm gonna bait out your log. Seeing the princess get put right across from your bridge and immediately locking onto your tower and immediately dealing 200 to 300 damage if you don't have a response is so dumb. It is brain dead. It's annoying. But better than Dark Goblin and Wall Breakers. So at least those people have friends. They're just annoying. Sparky is annoying. Sparky is the bane of my existence. It really is. I hate Sparky. I think it is super annoying. But in most matchups, like, it's fine. If you have a Zap or Electro Wizard, it's fine. But it's just that charge timer. I mean, you put it down. It is literally only used to just deal damage. It has no utility whatsoever. You just put it back and watch it destroy your entire push and become a counter push. That is all it does. Which is why it's annoying, but not infuriating. Executioner is tolerable. Yeah, I mean, it's just a better wizard. No one cares about it. Ice Spirit is cool. I mean, yeah, everyone loves this guy. No one cares about it. Same with Electro Wizard. There's nothing wrong. Tolerable. Tolerable. Because the only reason why I'm saying it's tolerable and not cool is because if you have something locking onto your tower, right? If you have like a giant skeleton or, a P.E.K.K.A. or something like that locking onto the tower finally, and then you put an Electro Wizard, well, there goes my whole push. But overall, it's not horrible. Mini P.E.K.K.A. I also use Mini P.E.K.K.A. in my deck. It's kind of annoying. The hero is a completely different story. Oh my god. But in and of itself, it's kind of annoying. Everyone loves Mini P.E.K.K.A. Like, everyone loves Mini P.E.K.K.A. Actually, you know what? No. Who am I kidding? Everyone loves Mini P.E.K.K.A. There's nothing wrong with the card besides a hero that, that Supercell had to make to it. It's like the base, what is it called? Mini tank. It can tank up a lot of stuff and just deals a ton of damage. It really depends on how you use this card, on whether or not it's annoying, but I mean, you put a Hog Rider down, you place a Mini P.E.K.K.A. properly, you're gonna get a trade off for that, and then it's 4 for 4. It's a very solid card for 4 elixir. Everyone loves this card, it's great. Monk. Tolerable. I honestly don't go up against monks, like, at all. So I have really nothing about that. Goblin Hug can be kind of annoying. Just ever since the rework, which is much better, it's just they just spawn a ton of goblins. That's really it. Wizard. Wizard's chill. I mean, I use Wizard. It's a horrible card. There are so many better cards in the game, but everyone loves Wizard. I mean, it could get taken out by Fireball, which is really the only annoying thing about it, but if it's a bad card, replace it. Hog Rider, you're going in infuriating. You're going in infuriating. Because the card in itself is not a problem. It's the cycle, the constant cycle of having to deal with Hog Rider is just annoying. But the card in itself is fine. It get countered by Cannon. It get countered by Mini P.E.K.K.A. But the decks that it's in would be you have no friends if it's like a 2.6 Hog cycle, but in and of itself, it has a lot of pressure immediately, especially if they play it on the first time. It's infuriating, but it is certainly not the worst of the worst. Alright. Goblin Cage. Tolerable. Like, there's not a problem to it. Evo's a different story, but, I mean, yeah. You kite out, or distract a giant, and it will get its value, It does what it's supposed to do. Bomb Tower, I guess, like, kind of annoying. I mean, wipes out your entire push if you're using swarms and stuff, but actually, no, it's tolerable. It's 4 elixir. It's honestly it's a horrible card. It's a horrible, horrible card. Musketeer. Musketeer's going kind of annoying. Hero's a different story, but I mean, great value. You put it in the back and just watch it go, but I mean, if you're not careful, that Musketeer could deal so much damage to you, and that's why it's annoying, but it's not horrible. Like, it does its job. Rage. Rage, rage, rage. I use Rage, and I can tell you that I have no friends because I use Rage. The Rage can just be so annoying. If the Rage is paired with Goblin Machine or E-Barbs or something, it's just makes your life a living hell. Because I use Rage in my deck, I'm happy that it dealt damage, but realistically, it should not be able to deal damage because it can wipe out Skeleton Army, and when you put down P.E.K.K.A. or E-Barb with a Rage, and you had Skeleton Army, you just lose the game immediately. Um, so yeah, I don't want to be biased, I can be biased. People that use the Rage have a problem. People that use Fireball, on the other hand, are tolerable. I mean, it's a good spell. It costs 4 elixir. It's not really annoying. It's only annoying if it wipes out your push, but it does its job. Miner can be infuriating. Miner can be very infuriating. It's a good card. It's definitely one of the most skilled cards, but it is still infuriating to deal with because if someone just places it to get chip damage, it's annoying. It's annoying to deal with. Sorry, guys. Mega Minion's chill. Everyone loves this card. I like to see it get used more by people. It's nice. Poison's infuriating. It gets so much value, and if you do something like Minor Poison, it's horrible. Yeah. I do not like poison. 3 Musketeers. Okay. Ever since the rework, they're not tolerable. They're not cool. Because they get a lot of value. But I also don't think they're infuriating. Because keep in mind, even though they could deal so much damage and do so much, they are like 9 elixir. So they are kind of annoying, especially with the rework. But 9 elixir is a huge investment, Bandit. I hate Bandit. Bandit's infuriating, especially if you put a Bandit in the pocket and you don't have a lot of HP, it will just wipe out your tower. Very bridge spammy. It's annoying. It's annoying when you're spamming stuff. It really is. Skeleton Dragons are chill. I don't think anyone really has a problem with Skeleton Dragons. They are very weak in terms of health, but they deal a good amount of damage. Battle Healer, I'm going to say, is infuriating. Because her by herself is not a problem, but she's never by herself, is she? No, she's always paired with a Golem or P.E.K.K.A. or some BS like that. Furnace. Oh, wow. Okay, so this must be a reworked version. Obviously the reworked version, not the actual base version. It's gonna go with infuriating. If I see a Furnace get placed in the back, I know it's gonna be a problem. It's just annoying to deal with. And on release, it was a menace. It was so broken, and I hated the card. If I see it nowadays, it's still infuriating. Yeah, it's just a dumb card to go up against. Tesla is tolerable. It's not annoying. I mean, it's a really good building. That's all it does. It just sits there. Earthquake. Earthquake's going to be infuriating. If you haven't noticed the pattern with the kind of cards I'm doing, I kind of hate cycle decks, but everyone hates cycle and hyperbait and logbait stuff. It even though it takes skill, they are just annoying to go up against, Earthquake is, it stuns everything and deals a ton of damage to your towers. When it gets paired with like Hogs or Hog Rider, it's annoying. Really, really annoying. Bats, no one cares about bats. They die to zap, they die to rage, they die to like everything. Actually tolerable. Because it can be annoying for 2 elixir to kind of just place it on top of like something, a ground unit that can't fend for itself. And it's like, haha, your 6 elixir giant skeleton just got obliterated. Fire Spirit, it's tolerable. For 1 elixir, it just deals a ton of splash damage. That's it. Inferno Dragon. Inferno Dragon's gonna go with kind of annoying. I used to use this card all the time, but like it can get countered by so many things. If it locks onto your tower, you're done for. But realistically, like you just gotta play around the Inferno Dragon. The Evo is like kind of the same thing. It's not really much of a problem. Just find a way to kill it. Sorry, that sounded so bad. Magic Archer is tolerable. It is by far the most skilled card in the game. With the Fisherman, you can pick your poison on that. But when it does hit my tower, oh my god, I wanna break my phone in half because it will actually end the game. If you put something down that causes the Magic Archer to lock onto your tower while they have a tank that is tanking for the thing that is being hit by the Magic Archer, it's like curtains. It's game over. But that being said, a ton of skill needs to go into that. So I don't have a problem. I don't care about it. It's a cool card. Like it is very cool. You need so much skill. Zappies is gonna get annoying. Kind of annoying. Like it's just I don't know. When they get split off or like actually, it's kind of infuriating. I don't Zappies aren't so much of a problem in themselves, but just seeing like your one push just get like stunned a trillion times is just not fun. It's not fun. I hate seeing it. Like you can never get past the Zappies. I don't know. Heal Spirit, no one has a problem with Heal Spirit. Balloon! Yay, Balloon! You're going in the You Have No Friends. Lumberloon is a problem. Lavaloon is a problem. Whatever, especially Lumberloon. But the balloon in itself is just so annoying. It is really, really annoying. Because if it just gets one hit off, it deals so much damage. People that use this card normally accompany it with things such as Lava Hound, Lumberjack, Freeze. Yeah, Freeze is a horrible pairing to that. You guys get to be buddy-buddy on this tier list. I hate people that use Balloon. Like, it's annoying to go up against. Witch. Evo Witch is a different story. It's kind of annoying, though. I mean, it gets a good amount of value, but realistically, it could, like, die to a lot of things. It's not that much of a problem. Its Evo counterpart's a problem, but its base self, it's not that bad. Ram Rider is just kind of annoying. I mean, it could die to Mini P.E.K.K.A. It could die to buildings. Costs 1 more elixir than Hog Rider, so it's more of an investment. The slowing mechanic. Actually, it's infuriating because of the slowing mechanic. So, yeah. Log is chill. No one cares about Log. The knockback is annoying. I'll give it that. It is annoying, but realistically, like, it's a good card. Royal Ghost, kind of annoying. I don't have with my deck. I don't have a problem with Royal Ghost, but if it sneaks past someone's tower and gets a hit off, ooh, can't imagine that'll be any fun. Golden Knight, I don't have a problem with Golden Knight. It's chill. Maybe tolerable because if it uses its ability and starts sprinting, it calls for an immediate response, which is annoying. Cannon is tolerable. Actually, no, it's chill. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. It's the best card. It's the best building in the whole game. It does what it does, Firecracker! Oh my god. Evo version, non-Evo version, You Have No Friends. I hate this card so much. It deals, for 3 damage, it deals so much damage, and the Evo is just so much worse. The only good thing about it is that you can activate King Tower, and it can die to arrows. But if you do not have arrows or something to counter it, so much damage. So much damage. Goblin Giant, I had the pleasure of not having to go up against P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Giant. When the Goblin Giant was broken, I was playing other games. I didn't have a problem with this. But it's kind of annoying now, I guess. It used to be like you have no friends, but now it's just kind of annoying. It got nerfed to oblivion. So when I see one, I'm actually happy because I just P.E.K.K.A. and a mini P.E.K.K.A. and I don't have a problem with Golem. This one's tricky. I'm going to go with infuriating because most Golem decks are really annoying, right? Similarly like Elixir Golem, right? You see the battle healer, all that. But 8 Elixir is just so much Elixir. When you're in ×2 Elixir, it might be goodnight for you, but, you know, at least in 1 Elixir, I don't really have a problem with it. Skeleton Barrel, yay! Skeleton Barrel, you are the bane of my existence. That's all I have to say. I hate the Skeleton Barrel. It's just really dumb. Electro Spirit, not a problem with that. You can even activate your own King Tower if they place it as the first thing. Tornado's chill. Tornado's annoying. Alright, Tornado's annoying, but it takes a lot of skill. So therefore it's tolerable. Right? I'm only at 10,000 trophies, so I don't verse a lot of super skilled people. But when I see the Tornado get played effectively, I salute to them. Skeleton King is also tolerable. And Skeleton Army. I play Skeleton Army. It's just annoying. I mean, it could die to zap and a lot of things, but it could just deal so much damage, you know, if it's not zapped immediately, so it's kind of annoying. I just realized this is an outdated list, so I think it's definitely missing a card or two. I'll tell you what, Goblin Curse would be you have no friends. Goblin Curse is just, you pair that with Rage, you know, you put down a, what's it called? Your opponent puts down a Skeleton Army or Witch or Skeleton Barrel, and you put down Goblin Curse and Rage. It's really dumb. I hate the Goblin Curse. It's not even because I use Skeleton Army. It's just the fact that, like, why are you using it? You know what I mean? It's just really dumb. Let's see. Are there any other cards? I'm trying to think. Oh, Evos. Not Evos. There's Champions. How can I forget about that? Turns to Champions, Boss Bandit. You have no friends for obvious reasons. I get thankful when I go up against a Boss Bandit because I just P.E.K.K.A. it or mini P.E.K.K.A. and it dies immediately. But the health and damage is just ludicrous. But costs 6 Elixir. I don't care about it, but I can see how it can be very annoying. And if people use Boss Bandit, they genuinely have no friends. Goblinstein is infuriating. Goblinstein's kind of annoying. I don't really see why it would be a problem. Yeah, I mean, if you could kill the Goblinstein or Goblinstein's monster, then Goblinstein itself doesn't do much. But I can see how it could be paired up horribly. Let's see. Is there anything else I'm missing? Any new cards? No, I think that's it. Yeah. Well, that's my tier list of cards that I find annoying, or more so ranking cards based on annoyingness. I'm tired, so if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, as it would truly help me out a lot. But, yeah. Hope you all enjoy this video and have a wonderful day. And again, if you have any disagreements or any differing opinions, please let me know in the comments below, because, you know, I have my deck, you guys have your deck, I have my trophy range, you guys have your trophy range. We all experience different things. This is just my list as to what I think would be annoying to go up against. And, you know, things such as E-Giant could be just annoying for people in general. Because I don't have a problem with E-Giant, but in its position in itself as a card, yeah, it could be annoying. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and have a great day, everyone. Take care.